Hi everyone, this is our weekly reading for January 17th until the 25th. And before we go any further, I want to remind everybody we do have a full moon at the end of the week on Saturday. So sensitives, you might find yourself very much picking up on the full moon ahead of time. Sensitives a lot of times tend to pick up those energy shifts that are going on. And if you are picking them up, because I already see animals picking them up, so I wouldn't be surprised if sensitives are already starting to pick it up. I have one thing to say. Romance. Romance, romance, romance. For your ups and your downs. It's going to be kind of a roller coaster week. But it could be in a very good way. I mean, if you're single, you may be meeting a new person or new people this week. But I am being told also that a lot of times romance does not only mean romance as we think, as a partner. It can also mean self-love of self, or it can also be of love in your relationships with those who you already know, your peers, your friends, your family. And it may be situations that you'll be working through during this week, which goes perfectly with that whole full moon that's coming in at the end of the week. Now, be optimistic, I'm being told, but not foolish, not gullible, and don't allow yourself to be self-delusional as to maybe your part in the situation. I'm also being reminded, if you like amethysts, this baby is talking today. So, if you're into gemstones, you may want to keep amethyst with you this week. She might have some answers to help you along your way if you keep her in your pocket or in a necklace or something. This week, you're going to need your skill of your words. Like I said, it's going to be a sensitive week, but it can be in a good way, and it will be in an enlightenment way. You will need your skill of words and your communication and your education, as well as enlightenments that you might be coming into or receiving in different situations, exchanges of views, so to speak. Also remember, Source is always with you in your very breath. It's the essence of your breath that you are breathing Source. So you're breathing the proper communication if you stop, slow down, and let it run through you properly. I'm getting one of my things that make out for marking of territory. Yeah. For marking of territory. So you may find either you're feeling obligated to feel like you're marking a territory in a situation this week, or you may feel or notice others may be doing so. Doesn't mean it's right. It doesn't mean it's wrong. I'm just getting one of my signals for marking of territory. I am getting that this week is going to be healing counsel of renewal. Like incoming. That's going to be with these sensitivities that are coming in. But I am getting reds and pinks. And reds can be very strong and in your power, basically. Or it can be of anger and resentments that you're working through. Or maybe even expressing. And pinks are always the sensitives of nature, but can also be love and joyful. So, like I said, I'm getting a little bit of up and down this week, being a little bit optimistic, but was told, especially through your communication and your education, what you're speaking is going to be very important. So watch your words this week. Education of your words this week. Skill of your words this week. It will help out with the sensitivities and the romantic sides of the up and down. Whether, again, it's romantic as far as meeting someone new, or it's, those people who are in your life that are important to you, your peers, your friends, your family. Or even maybe of to yourself, is what I'm being told. I'm going to start off the week with, it was thrown at me out of the bag, La Goose. La Goose is, also, it came in Muggle Stone, which gives you an idea of what this week's going to be. Muggle Stone is creative energy, but it is also one of the empath stones. It is great for separating that energy, because empaths tend to pick up energy and don't always know where it's coming from. That helps them understand, this is not me, this is you. And that separation. So you're going to make sure that you're not on your empath side necessarily jumping right into other people's emotions and thoughts. You know, you might be picking them up, and that might be part of the sensitivities plus the confusion that you might be getting within your own self versus how your heart feels and what emotionally is important to you. But La Goose is sensitive. It is emotional. It is creativity. I'm being told a lot of creativity this week. Yeah. Being told a lot of creativity this week. Whether you were creating it, you know, in this sensitive emotions. You might be creating it to be a little bit more sensitive than it needs to be, and then be completely fine. And then be a little bit more sensitive than it completely needs to be, and then be a little bit fine. Might kind of go back and forth with all good. No, it really isn't all good. All good, and no, it really isn't all good. You might be kind of wishy-washy. And just watch your own creativity. But of course also it does deal with your creativity of, you know, your skills and other stuff. It's also your spirituality, La Goose is. It's your vital power. The layers of your existence, of your unknown. It's manifesting of energies from the unknown. Release, surrender, and let go. Now, I didn't have to use my book for that because I was directed to exactly those areas. The next thing is we start off, the rest of the reading this week is with Amethyst. That's also coming in Muggle Stone. But Amethyst is also coming in spiritual and awareness and calming of energies. Amethyst also threw itself at me right out of the bag. I had 3 of them throw itself and then 1 at a distance. Amethyst is the need, fire, and distress. It is determination, endurance, and your survival. Presence of situations that must be worked through. It is your karmatic obstacles that must be overcome. Sorry, that's the up and down sensitive sides. It is the great change that will awaken in you that shows you already had the powers you did not realize you had. It was already in you, darling. It also invokes your own personal inner fires. Looking for someone who works hard or may even be struggling in a situation. It is resistance. It is friction. It is strength. It is the strength that will burn away all weaknesses. The need to banish the distress and to warm the cold. So if you've got that wall up, it might be time to kind of let it down, basically. Or situations along that form of a line. It changes your stress into strength. And it is your self-reliance through intuitive, positive action. In need of dealing with circumstances as well. Skills of survival and self-preservation. You know what I'm trying to say. I can't seem to get my mouth to work, but that's normal when I do readings. Every challenge is just a measure of one's hidden strengths and breaking addictive patterns. Then the next one that they threw at me, which will also explain some of that emotional going on this week and some of that romantic. Whether, again, like I said, you might be meeting new people and for single people, or it might be kind of we're going through some situations and dealing with exactly what it is we need to deal with in relationships or with yourself or even with a partner if you've been with a partner for a while. So it may be uncovering some situations that really truly need to be dealt with before you can move on in a harmonious way. So that brings us to radio. And radio is coming in awareness as well as calming energies. It is the ride, the riding. It is Thor's chariot. It is air, world of rhythm and rhyme, and your dance of life. See, so it goes along with that, coming into that harmonious relationships. Sometimes you've got to work through some things before you can get there. Focuses on matters of order, justice, and change through those preparations. Structure of outward control or of its issues, and it can indicate a journey over land, such as in a vehicle. And apparently some of you will be going somewhere over land, because I just got journey was given back to me again. Or is finding your journey. Points to the presence of people involved in practices of law or skilled ritual artworks or work or skills. Rules of ceremony, principle of outward order, justice, and change. It is controlled movement and the dance of life. Growth through planning and preparation. It is also the ruin craft of outer self order and measured change. Exactly. Outer self order and measured change. That's what the whole thing is happening for this week. I'm checking the astrology. Like I said, ups and downs. But at the same time, don't allow yourself to be self-delusional about situations. But stay optimistic, just not foolish, is what I'm getting, basically. Now, the last one is, and it came at a little bit more of a distance, but it definitely was having a drawled-in feeling, because it was definitely pulling me to it, is Manaz. And it's coming in truth and honesty, as well as awareness and calming energies. Manaz is man, humanity, people, and air. It is the world of people, intelligence, creative skills, and ability. Focuses on awareness of self and one's place in the scheme of things. Self-realization through ordering of life and of life's everyday, daily tasks. Shows presence of someone seeking and finding their true paths. So this is finding the truths of what's important to you. Finding the truths of where you're going, and finding the truth of the situations that you are in, and knowing exactly who and what it is that you are in those situations. Self-realization is what I was just told. It can show someone who feels victimized, weak, or lost also, because they may not be admitting these things to themselves. They may be in denial and not wanting to see it. And if you're feeling victimized, weak, and lost, that's probably why it is. And it might be beating on you a little bit harder, simply because they're trying to help you to see it so that you can make those better situations in your life. Or, again, it's someone who is finding their true path. Self-realization, consciousness, the individual becoming now the hero, the seeker, personal quest, awakening to one's place in this world, playing one's part, and learning only what you can learn from playing one's part, belonging of divine energy, manifested into human form, acceptance of both twin nature, both human and the divine. Realization that comes only from playing one's part. That's what I was trying to say a second ago. Focusing on your daily, day-to-day, simple lives and tasks. Fulfilled social existence. highest achievements as simple, ordinary endeavors, focuses on ordinary No, I'm being told not that. Okay, and that's it. So, like I said, it's gonna be an emotional week a little bit, but I think it's gonna be a good week. I think we're gonna learn a lot, but we're also gonna have that romance and the good relationships with our friends and our families, as well as maybe new people coming in our lives, or just starting to broaden our relationships with our loved ones, whether it's romance or not. It should be broadening these, but you kind of got to come to some truths and what the territory is, knowing exactly where you stand and playing your own personal parts to get you there. I wish you all the best. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will be doing the reading next week. And I've also been doing on Facebook each day. I've been doing the daily reading, or like a daily guidance, basically, and it's coming from astrology versus some other information that I'm getting, and I put them together and I give them out each day on Facebook. Also, if you like my readings, please, will you share or subscribe to my YouTube channel? Bye, everybody. Have a great week.